What's up, world? Catsmaniac here, and today I'm going to be going over something that I love more than anything in this game, and that is making gold using Tradescope Master. It is one of the best add-ons that I've ever gotten, and if it was not for Steve's Game Box, then I probably would have never gotten it, and I would not have been able to learn how to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you mine. I spent a good 2 weeks making this, so my groups and everything else in here is just pretty crazy. I'm going to go ahead and I'll show you my groups. I have in here, I have my armor. And in my armor groups, I have every, I have cloth, leather, mail, and plate. And each, in those groups, I have chest, feet, hands, head, legs, shoulder, waist, and wrist. You'll also notice that I have a region and I have no shop. Alright, so what that does, I'll show you on something that I've used it for. So here for region, I have my light armor kit. If you look at it, it says TSM WoW auction. The realm average daily sold 0.7, and then the region market is 30 silver. There is no WoW auction realm market price. Because of this, I had to put it in a separate group so I can continue selling it. Some items that I did have, and I'll show you in my cloth category. So I did have a cloth chest in here, but it gained a realm market. So what I do is I put it back into its original group, and now it's just back where it used to be. The other one, there's no shop, and what this one is this is an item that I just don't feel like wasting my time shopping for on the auction house because there's a lot of them posted, or they're at such a high price that there's just no point for me to buy it. It says it's 500 gold, and then region market's 19 gold, so I don't. There's no point in me buying that because it's probably not going to sell. Alright, let me go to the other groups. So I have bags. In my bags, pretty self-explanatory. I just have all the different bags you can get. These generally aren't ever lower than they're supposed to be because it's just not that huge of a market. People that are posting bags are just undercutting by 1 copper. So if you ever find one, yeah, buy it because you'll be able to sell them instantly. So you gotta keep your hopes up. In consumables, I have bandages. I got consumables, which is just what's it called? We just got other stupid stuff right here, just things you can use. We have elixirs, which is self-explanatory. Got flasks, self-explanatory. Foods and drinks, just stuff that you can eat or drink. Got item enhancements, so enchants and whatnot. I have the other category, which is generally, let me see what I have here. Just random stuff that didn't really have a home. Fireworks and whatnot. Got potions, self-explanatory. Scrolls, self-explanatory. Alright, we moved on to gems, which is also self-explanatory. So I have all the different gems, and then in each color I have perfect or not. So like I said, self-explanatory for those. I got glyphs, also self-explanatory. If you can find glyphs on the auction house for under their vendor or their auction price, definitely buy them. They usually sell for me, so I always go crazy when I find them. This Catsmaniac group is just a group of items that I want to send to my main character. So I have them sending Netherweave cloth and rhino meat because I use them for tailoring and for my cooking daily in Dalaran. Got miscellaneous armor, which is their cloaks, your miscellaneous stuff, necklaces, offhands, rings, shields, shirts, tabards, and trinkets. Those are the transmog stuff. I have another alt I use for that. This alt is specifically used for basically non-armor items. Got miscellaneous, which is like mounts and everything else. So if you look at the mounts, there's not too many, but these are like, the big mounts in the game. So these are the ones that you want to buy. Let me show you. I should have the Reigns of the Swift Special Attire. Alright, it doesn't have a price for it, but this sells for like 300,000 gold. So if I ever find one of those, then I'll be sure to grab it. You have a Savage Raptor, so these, I've never seen one of these, but if I ever did, I would most certainly buy them. You have costumes, age parts, lockboxes. Now the lockboxes go straight to my rogue, so I don't have to worry about that. I just send them all out. Recipes, self-explanatory, just all the recipes that you get from all the different professions. That you have to watch out for, because recipes can sometimes sell, sometimes they can't. Like I said, the major thing about using at least my TSM, and so what I do, is I'll try and post something for like maybe a month. If it hasn't sold within a month, it goes on the vendor list. I don't even want to look at it. I don't want to shop for it anymore. I don't ever want to have to auction it. So every item has 1 month to get out of my bags. If it hasn't by then, you're never going to see it again. TSM Pets I only added this morning. But basically, most pets don't have a realm market price or a region market price, and I dislike that. It's kind of annoying. So I'm starting to add these. It's going to kind of still fill up as I go, but most of the times you're going to see these from world events. And we got trade goods right here, which is just a lot of stuff. This is the biggest group of them all. There's everything here. It gets pretty ridiculous. That's a big group to scan. And the last one is weapons. So I have all the weapons, and then all the weapons are broken down into one-handed or two-handed if they can be. And those are broken down to blue, green, and purple. So uncommon, rare, and epic. And that's basically it as far as my groups go. What I'm going to go now is I'm going to show you my operations. So like I said, as far as these operations go, I'm not going to be posting the import list for this because it's just, this is my own kind of thing. But look at Steve's Gamebox and he will show you the best way to sell stuff. So right here we have my Auction House 1, Auction House 5, and Auction House 20. And what those are for like groups like Cloth. Say I have 26 Ember Silk. It's going to post 20, and then it's going to post 5, and it's going to post 1. Say I have 503. It's going to post 25 auctions of 20, and then 3 auctions of 1. So basically it just goes by whatever you have. My AH1 region, what that is that's for my region group. For stuff that doesn't have WoW auction realm market data, it just goes to the region data and I can sell it that way. And then AH Definite 1 is just for my transmog stuff or just pieces that I only want to sell a couple of. I have it set right now to 1. I don't want to, I don't want to post 10 of the same armor because then it looks like it's an easy item to get, and you never want to let your buyers think that. For mailing, I have Grudge, who's my rogue, so any lockbox I get goes straight to him. I have Cats, and what he gets is, like I said, the cloth and some other stuff. I have Newton, who's this guy right here. Everything comes to him. And there's Smith, who gets just the transmog stuff. Alright, and then we got shopping. I have 2 shopping things. I have Auction House 10. So how my thing works is I go onto the auction house and I'll buy something for 10% of its WoW auction market. So say something is supposed to sell for 100 gold. If on the auction house for 10 gold or less, my TSM will let me know. If it's worth buying, I'll buy it and I'll try and resell it. When I'm reselling, it sells for a minimum of 20% of WoW auction market. So I'm already going to be doubling my money if it sells. That way you don't undercut yourself. MOG 5%. What I like, the reason I did this was because transmog is a really hard market to get into, and if I'm going to buy any transmog, I want it to at least be a 20th of what it's worth. That way it gives me a wide spectrum to sell it. But it's all a learning process, so it's not always the easiest thing to do. Other than that, I'll show you my accounting stuff. So what I'll do is I will come on here once a week or so. I'll go into Newton. Let me go to failed auctions. I'll go to Newton. I will go to the past 30 days. And I'll make it alphabetical, and I'll go on here, and if there's any item on here that has not sold within 10 tries, it gets taken off. That's it. So as you can see, I think Quartz Grinding Stone I just took off yesterday. So I'm no longer selling those ever again. But there's a lot of failed auctions you can see. People, failed auctions happen way too much. My player gold is just ridiculous. I'm always sending money here and there, so it gets a bit crazy. Obviously, he got a lot of money a couple days ago. But that's really it. It's nothing too crazy. You have to make sure that you just follow the guides and everything. Like, I can't say it enough. Steve's Gamebox will tell you exactly how to use TradeSkill Master. TradeSkill Master 3, the betas come out for specific people. I'm still using number 2. But you guys are more than welcome to use my groups. Just let me know. Just message me on YouTube, and I will give you the inputs for all of my groups. I won't give you the specific groups, but you'll get all the yellow groups. So what I mean by that is I will list all of these ones right here, and then you'll have to go ahead and sort them yourself. You're not going to get any of these groups that are in here, but you can get all the items, and then you can go ahead and go on your server and figure everything out. It's really simple, you guys. I'm telling you, you'll make a lot of money if you use TSM with my dungeon guides and my raid guides and everyone else's dungeon and raid guides. Every other farming video you can possibly watch. you'll make a lot of money on your server because really overall many people don't use TSM. It's kind of one of those, things that isn't really secretive, but people are just too scared to use it. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you do ask for my TSM groups because it took me 2 weeks to make them. I think people deserve to have them. Alright, goodbye, and good luck getting those horseman reins. I want them. Adios.